Hello, my name is Willis Major. This is my book, How to Keep a Man Happy. Um, I'll be reading some chapters from my book and discussing those. So, my first chapter is in this book is about finding out who you are. So, that's the first thing you need to do. So, I think it's very important for not only guys but also females to find out who they really are when you're growing up throughout your teenage years. You were experiencing who you were. You started dressing on your own, and instead of strictly how your parents wanted you to dress, your style of dress gave your identity of who you wanted to be on the outside. You started wearing your hair in certain styles that you like, and you put on your makeup a certain way, and maybe you didn't use any at all. Guys started to take notice of the changes in your appearance, and guys especially started noticing the changes in young lady's body. Because at the same time, men as we start to grow and went from boys to young adults, we start to see those changes in the females' bodies because we had changes in our bodies. Girls started to have curvy bodies like women, and depending on how revealing, your dress was, you could show off your body. And it determined, and that sometimes related to, I know when we were younger, it related to how horny we got as young guys. If we saw a lady, with a nice body, we got a little excited. So you gain more freedom to change your physical appearance as you started getting older, and you were in that represented who you were, represented yourself to the world and who you wanted to be. And guys, they will naturally be more attracted to women who show more skin and sex appeal because we were animals. That's our animal instinct to want to have sex with a female. So when we're younger, we got raging hormones. But if your entire essence is it's only about how you look, you have to be careful. You figure that out in attracting guys who only care about looks because it becomes hard to distinguish between guys that want you for you or just want you for sex. Another characteristic as we went from a child to adult and trying to figure out who we were is looking at our mentality. You have to figure out if you are going to be if you're going to strive for knowledge or be satisfied with limited knowledge. It is better to have knowledge and not need it than to need knowledge and not have it. So on all of our quest to gain more knowledge, we came across different when females came across different guys who would treat them in different ways depending on their knowledge level. If you're smarter than a guy, he may feel inferior to you or intimidated by your smartness and resent you for it. If you try to act like you know everything, he may feel less of a man because you know more than him, and then he may start arguments with you to show that he is still, a dominant guy or boss, no matter how smart you are. And on the other hand, you might meet a guy who is okay with you knowing more than him, and he may appreciate having a lady who is very knowledgeable because he knows he can get good advice from you and good guidance from you, and his ego won't be damaged because of you being smarter than him. When you get involved with a man where you both are on the same educational level, you could either agree a lot because you both understand things, or you could get into a lot of debating because you both think you are very smart and feel that you both are always right. When you meet a man who is smarter than you, then you might find yourself giving in to whatever he says because you believe in his answers, because his smartness, or I believe in Or you might be stubborn and disagree and argue with him because you feel like he's trying to control you because he's a know-it-all. The next thing is to understand. Next thing to understand about yourself is what are your interests. What are the things that you enjoy doing? What are your hobbies? When you are in a relationship with a guy, is it always better to find someone that has a lot of the same interests as you? Or on the other hand, you might be someone who likes to be introduced to new things. So maybe it's better to find a man who is more adventurous and tries many different things. If you are shy and reserved and you don't like trying different things, then maybe you need to find a guy who doesn't get into many hobbies or is a type of homebody like yourself. The key is trying to find a man that has some similar interests or goals like you, so that you will enjoy spending time with him as a friend as well as a lover. And the next thing to look at in knowing yourself is to get a better understanding of your spiritual side. Do you believe in God? What religion do you associate yourself with? Do you treat others as you would like to be treated? Are you a good spirited or mean spirited person? Do you have a nice or nasty attitude? Your spiritual nature should be in tune with the spiritual nature of your mate in order to have a tranquility in your relationship. Usually, two evil people make good mates, and two good people may make good mates. Sometimes you can turn someone who has a bad spirit into one with a good spirit, but it takes a lot of hard work, and even the person, and basically the person has to want to change for the most part. Sometimes just a difference in religion can prevent two people from having a good relationship. Trying to understand the spirit you want to have and seek out in others with that same spirit. And let's hope you decide. And when you do that, let's hope that you decide on somebody who has a pleasant, kind, gentle, loving spirit. So the world will be a better place. And before you choose your mate, or choose who you want, the man that you want to keep happy, you're gonna have to understand who you are and what you want out of life. And so, take time to understand yourself first.